we got properly drunk. We did all the day. Of course, you know, if you think about what's going to happen the next day, so you'll think, oh, this is it, you know. And lo and behold, that was, we dropped him off there, and okay, when it come time for us to go, we went down the Clyde, and we said, everyone was saying, I hope we don't turn right, I hope we don't go right, you know. We went left. They said, oh, we were going somewhere where it must be warmer. So, lo and behold, we went down to Gibraltar. Little did we know what we got coming, because what we'd got to do now is take a convoy to Malta, which was some of the most dangerous places on this earth, is because enemy was on both sides of the Mediterranean there. And of course, we all at sea, and went along. This big tanker come, and we got the derrick over and oil. And I thought, well, why is it as on it? We all, and we was got a big section of the fleet there. There was 2 aircraft carriers, a couple of cruisers, and all destroyers. They was there to try and escort to get there. But when they got close to Italy, they all turned back. It was too dangerous for them. So our job then was to take the convoy through to Malta. Well, of course, you've got to go through some straits there, what they call the Pantelleria Straits. Well, of course, the Germans on both ends there, in North Africa, and well, Roman was in North Africa, and then there was a foot of Italy, and Pantelleria, yes, Italy. But we went through there during the night time, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, action stations, up on me gun, although it was mostly for the bigger guns, anyhow. On the horizon there was some Italian cruisers there waiting for us, and they started to fire at us. And I swear to this day, some of them shells went through our aerial. Some was dropping short, some was going over. So of course, anyhow, it was getting. We'd already left. We started with 6 cargo ships, and of course we'd left them while we was engaging the Italians, like the surface craft. The bombers got stuck into the convoy, didn't they? And when we went back to the convoy to take them on, there was only 2 left out of 6. So, okay. Next minute they said, best thing we can do now is make best way we can to Malta. Well, of course, okay. We thought, they said you'll have some air support just now from Malta. There's some Spitfires there, because what's been happening is some of the aircraft carriers have been taking the aircraft, and they've been flying off the carrier in the Med and then carrying on and dropping down into Malta. Well, of course, okay. Well, it was lovely, June day, dressed all flimsy, and I was on my gun, like as if I was a son of myself. And then I looked high in the sky, and I could see these like three little like stars, and they seemed to be moving, and of course, okay, and then they seemed to disappear. They hadn't disappeared, they was diving, and this one was a diving for us, and on the big gun byway, 1 or 2 of them, the crew, I got out of the hatch at the back, and of course, okay, and of course I shouted, I says, look out, and of course, lo and behold, I had to scramble back in again. Well, of course, by that time I knew this Stuka bomber was a diving for us, And of course, I was lying on my back because you can, on my gun, you can lie on your back, you can. And because the straps and the arm pieces fit over you, so you could almost be lying on your back, but your gun would be almost vertical, so you could fire it, something like. But I couldn't get my gun round far enough because simple reason for the stops at each end, so if that gun was to go all the way around, I'd shoot the bridge away. So I couldn't, but I knowed it was a coming. Then of course, all of a sudden, our ship just moved away a bit, whether the captain had altered the position, and we just moved away. And all of a sudden, there he was, and he just dropped this big silver bomb, and I thought, he's coming. He's coming, and all of a sudden, crash, about 20 foot away, and as it hit the water, it exploded, and it was okay. I was drowned, wasn't I? Because I was. Anyhow, lo and behold, the captain looked over the bridge down to me. He said, Jones, you'll get one next time. I thought I nearly got one there on the top of my head. But anyhow, all it done is I put about half a dozen shrapnel splinters just in the screen, just about where it was. So anyhow, okay, we that was the end of the air attacks then, but we carried on, and of course darkness was coming on then, and as we was approaching Malta, lo and behold, you could see as there was an air, well, there was a bombing Malta almost every hour of the day, and you could see the shell burst in the sky. But anyhow, it was gently going with, I think there was three destroyers and a corvette, I think, and we was escorting what the remnants of this convoy, which is only two now. One was Troilus. Anyhow, lo and behold, and of course, my station for getting into harbour was to get the hawsers ready on the, because I was a quarter deck man. When we got the hawsers ready, and of course I chose we could tie up somewhere. Anyhow, well, it was nice and quiet, and darkness, and then of course we went in 3 hours. Went and shot on the port side of the quarter deck, and of course we just shot down on the floor, just leaning back by the screen there, and all of a sudden the ship seemed to jump for a little bit. The next minute the water just come up the side of the ship like that, and then bleeding drowned we again. Well, anyhow, next minute I heard seabow screw. Well, I was one on them. I thought, Joe, you act a bit offish. But anyhow, I got there. I say, but when I got there, the whaler screw there, they on the davits, they got it partly out, and of course that was these established sailors there. They ain't no fools, you know. Well, anyhow, the officers are looking down the side, and they couldn't see. They know the explosion was under the ship, but they couldn't see nothing. Looking over. Well, of course, we started to list a little bit then, but anyhow, we finally got into Malta and tied up there, and when we tied up in Malta, it was like a graveyard for ships. It was. Then many got sunk in the moorings and whatnot. Well, of course, the captain said, well, of course they'd already closed the lower mess decks in case anything like that happened, so you wasn't allowed down there. Well, of course, I would have been drowned in a day matter. It was dry because it was June, it was a warm night. And of course they says, you can't go down there, sleep anywhere on the upper deck. So of course, there was an oil drum store by there. And so of course there was a big drum there, and I thought, oh, I'll just watch me behind up on that and lean back. which I did, and of course, okay. Next, well, for about a couple of hours after, clear ship, clear ship. And lo and behold, when I come to get off this drum, the oil, I was stuck down for a bit. The oil had soaked up through my underwear. Of course, it'd been all night, and I was just about knackered for sleep. And of course, okay, had to get up. So off, and then they guided me into the shelters. Well, in Malta, a lot of them, they're miners, but they miners do these caves and whatnot. And of course, okay, we was in there, which is quite safe there. It was cold in there, but there was these sandflies as bleeding biting you. Anyhow, eventually they allowed us back in again, and so they put us into the dock then. And of course, in the dock, as the water was going out, all our provisions was dropping into the bottom of the dock. That's where the mine, we need a mine going in there. We did a mine, the destroyer, Badsworth, she did a mine, and of course there was a Polish ship then, Polish Kadziwak, that did it one and capsized that one out, so sunk straight away. I don't know from that day to this, I don't know whether, because it wasn't far away from land then, and it was like the sea was warm in comparison. So of course that, yeah. So of course, okay, that's when we was on Malta then for quite some time. They decided as us close range men got to stop on the ship and man the gun. But the trouble is, you was wasting your time, because each side the buildings was quite high up, and of course by the time aircraft come, it had come and gone. So they abandoned it. Well, of course, the air raids, all the while they used to come for the aerodrome. That aerodrome, I think there was Luca, I don't know what the other one. Anyhow, the dust never settled. Dust, because after one, because the Germans know very well, they got to try and put that out. But of course, there was army blokes there on the perimeter. Their job was, as the bombs dropped onto the aerodrome area, their job was to on the perimeter with lorry and a roller, and of course, okay, they used to go and fill them in as quick as they could and roll it over so the aircraft could land again. And like I say, that happened quite almost every day, and then it come time for us to leave there, to come back. They'd repaired the side, the ship, and of course they'd fill it all up with big drums to make it more well, floatable kind of a thing, and off we started. Well, of course, our job then was to escort two empty cargo ships back. Well, of course, captain had stopped all leave, and there was got to be no connection between us and Malta, because simply, they said there was some spies on Malta, and they was watching everything as it went on. So of course, okay, they stopped the leave, but you can't start a ship up without making smoke. And if you're making smoke, you know very well as the boilers are ready. They shut the boilers down, don't they? And of course, when they start them up, it puts a lot of smoke. It does. And of course, whoever it was, they know us we crept out, didn't we? And we hadn't got all 100 mile away from, well, 50, no, about 70 mile away from Malta, and lo and behold, these aircraft come. Darkness it was, darkness. Oh, I thought, oh, that's so. There was our English bullfighters. They was attacking. They was going to attack some of the convoys for Rommel, being as he was, all their convoys have got to come across that piece there, come what may. Well, of course, but in the end, I thought, oh, thank God for that. So we just crept the coastline, but you've got to keep within about 3 mile of the coastline, and otherwise the shore batteries could fire at you. But anyhow, we just carried on